Hi, this is Emma. Sorry, the camera's shaking. I just created this makeshift camera stand, so hopefully it holds up. Today I will be speaking about my diagnosis and the medical community. I do not have insurance because it's hard for me to work with premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and I really desperately want to work. And it upsets me, like my family will get at me like, oh, you're lazy, get a fucking job. Sorry. And all this kind of stuff, but why I'm doing these videos is because I want to raise awareness and let the community know that we're not making up these symptoms. We're not lazy people. Like, people I know with premenstrual dysphoric disorder, like I'm an administrator in 2 groups. We are very proactive people. I mean, it's not our fault that our hormones are like completely imbalanced. Anyway, so I have a psychiatrist, I have a therapist, and I'm also in this mindfulness group. It's called DBT, or dialectical behavioral therapy. I don't always like to tell people I'm in DBT because it was founded by Marsha Linehan for borderline personality. Not that I have anything against borderline personality, but I mean, this group is really good if you have in your area to take the course to learn coping mechanisms. Because I know, for me personally, I believe that my premenstrual dysphoric disorder is related to having PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. That's for me personally, and I do believe that. I'm writing a book. I have about 200 pages. I've been writing for a good 2 years now, and I've stopped. And I'm really in no rush because I really would like to get this published, and I'm going to, it's actually a memoir. I'm going to be talking about my experiences in life and the tough times I went through, and I will bring in things like premenstrual dysphoric disorder and my problem with alcohol. So I have to do some more research before I actually write more. I don't really know what's holding me back, but I really should get onto that. So, okay, like I said, I have a psychiatrist, I have a main therapist, and I'm in this group. And I'm also taking a fearless living class online by one of my hugest role models in life, Rhonda Britton. And she's written many books. This is her. You want to Google her. And I will say, her program online is changing my life. And I'm just not trying to promote her. I've been in this program online for a good 8 weeks now, I think, or 9 weeks. And it's really helping me with my mental symptoms. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Because there's a lot of stuff from my past that I have to get through. And it becomes completely exacerbated when I'm in PMDD mode. Anyway, so my psychiatrist or therapist, thankfully, and the good therapists that I've had in the past and currently, they're not big on labels. When I asked my therapist what I had, she told me that I was diagnosed with a mood disorder. My psychiatrist and my therapist do validate that I have premenstrual dysphoric disorder. They've seen me when I'm in my authentic Emma mode, and they see me in Amelia bitch mode. Unfortunately, during PMDD, I become a man hater. I really do. I have a boyfriend, but I've fired my poor psychiatrist 5 times in the past year during PMDD mode. Yeah. He ignored it. But I mean, he's a busy man, but he does validate that I have PMDD. So, let's see. Over the past few years, my PMDD has gotten so worse. I've been hospitalized a few times. I used to live somewhere else, and I came up here for better treatment. And every time I was hospitalized, it was just a couple days before my period. And I kept trying to tell the psychiatrist in the hospital this, but it didn't seem like it clicked with them. I don't know. When you get hospitalized, I think you get labeled, and they don't really take you seriously. At times, it is really frustrating because it's like, okay, well, I have a mental illness, but I'm not stupid. Like, I do feel, and I'm not trying to be conceited, that I'm a very intelligent person. Like, I do stupid stuff, especially when I'm in PMDD mode. Oh my god, like, I'm so impulsive. I can become, like, completely crazy. Like, I feel like I'm not in my body. Like, someone else has possessed it. That's why I call her Amelia. Anyway. So, my current psychiatrist, he has me now on Lexapro, a small dosage. I'm trying to get it increased, like, the week before my period, and then go back down, because I don't really like being on antidepressants. And I'm also on, like, currently Klonopin, but I'm trying to get back to being on Ativan because the Klonopin's not really working. I don't like to be on benzos either. It kind of scares me because they're addictive. I mean, even if you don't abuse them, you know, you have to wean off really slowly from them. And I don't abuse them, but it's like you have to be very cautious. So I do have a psychiatrist. He's a very busy man, so like I said, he does validate that I have premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And he told me, he even said, like, hormones can, like, overrule the serotonin levels. I don't have a regular doctor at the moment, and I really need to find one, but it's really hard. Like, I have to go through the clinic at the hospital, and I mean, I'll try to, like, call, and then, like, once I start, like, PMDDing, I only have, like, a small window of time to be out, like, to feel proactive. Then I get into PMDD mode, and I just want to lay on the couch and do nothing. So I need to find a regular doctor. And like, a few weeks ago, I was trying to find somebody who would check my hormone levels. I have really bad anxiety right before my period comes, and many times I've, like, ended up in the ER with a panic attack or some kind of physical symptom, and they run all these blood tests and they tell me I'm fine. And I get frustrated. I get really frustrated. I'm like, check my hormones, please. And I can't find anyone to check my hormones. It's like, is it because I don't have insurance? Or what? Like, I sometimes feel like the doctors do not like to be told what to do. They really don't. Like, just because, like, I don't have an MD, you know, and I didn't go to school for, like, 8 to 12 years to get a, you know, medical license, that I'm not really heard. And that really frustrates me, and it really upsets me. It makes me feel, like, really rejected, or it's like they just look at me like some kind of mental patient. It's like, for years I've been tracking my symptoms, and I present all this information to them, and it's like I'm not being heard. And I get so mad about that. So I have a therapist, and she's wonderful. I love her to death at the moment. Like, I'm so grateful that I've had some really good therapists in my life. I've been in and out of therapy since I was 9 years old, for depression, anxiety, and that kind of stuff. I think my current therapist right now is the only person, like, when I go into her office, I'm like, oh my god, I did this week. I'm so embarrassed and feeling guilty and stuff like that. I mean, she's so kind and compassionate, but she's like, Emma, you need to take responsibility for your actions. Whether you have PMDD or not, take responsibility. And I mean, she's probably the only person that can tell me that. And I'll listen, like, okay, you're right. Okay. And then she'll tell me, stop beating yourself up about it. And, you know, I listen to her, and it's helpful because I can do some crazy impulsive stuff during PMDD. It's like I'm not in control of my brain, it seems, you know? Like, I'm not really violent, and there is like an extent that we can take responsibility for our own actions, but oh my goodness, did you hear that? That was the cats. Like, I'm afraid to go out there and look. Okay, anyway. Yes, we should take responsibility for our actions, but I think there's a limit. Like, the symptoms, like, I believe for me personally that my symptoms for PMDD are connected to my post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, everything in my life, like from my childhood until like all my mistakes I've made or my past regrets, they become exacerbated like 1,000 times. Like, the voice inside my head will look like it like becomes a lot louder. Like, you're worthless, you're a failure, you're a loser, you know, no one likes you, you're a pariah, you're like Frankenstein's creator. And that voice will get worse and worse and worse during my PMDD episodes. And yes, I haven't been suicidal, but I've had suicidal ideations. Like, there was like a point where I did want to take pills, and I actually got myself into the hospital. I was scared. I am terrified of myself when I'm in PMDD because it's like something takes over me. And I'm not sure like exactly what it is. I'm still scared. Like, I'm doing great things, like with my therapy and in my online course, like I've told you, with Rhonda Britton. I'm doing some great things. I'm doing some things that, like, I'm just allowing myself to feel feelings and forgive, like, just find gratitude in life and stuff like that, and it does help. And I can like tell myself when I see myself beating myself up, I'm like, stop beating yourself up. So I'm doing like a lot of great things, and I do believe, you know, going to therapy or reading self-help books really helps. And also I believe like meditation also really helps. Like, I love meditation. I love listening to mindfulness CDs. Like, I could go put some magnesium salts in the bathtub and light candles and just play a mindfulness like CD, anxiety CD, just to give myself the space and the time to just like relax is wonderful. And I enjoy that. I think what I want most is to be productive. I want to go back to school, become a therapist, because I just love helping people. I want to publish my book. I want to get a horse. I do. That's like horses are the love of my life. Let's see. What else? And be happy. Be happy. I mean, I don't have to be happy like, you know, every single day, but I really desperately want to find some kind of help for my PMDD. And I know all you women out there do too. So this is why I'm making these videos and becoming more vulnerable, because I want to help myself and I want to help everyone out there who also suffers from this. Because it's a real disorder. We have real emotions. real physical feelings, and I just hope like there's some kind of like cure or some way to manage the physical feelings and mental feelings. I really do. So I'm gonna end this now. It's like 15 minutes, and I will talk to you later. Bye.